What you drinking?
This is my lifeblood.
Choose your character.
As a board.
What the
Duality of man.
You said 32, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I can already tell this one's gonna be painful, just based on the first couple of paragraphs.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Why would you
Girl,
say
what
that?
do you mean?
It's okay, I'm already crying.
Oh no.
Bill is Rachel, right?
I don't
Bill
remember
is
who I am.
Rachel.
Emma.
Huh?
Clear. Have y'all seen H2O? Because that would be a really good video too.
I don't remember any of it.
Yeah,
so
I've seen
no,
that.
I have not.
Okay.
Oh, I just saw one of the lines down there.
Justin.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't even want to look at it.
Okay. Ahem. Ahem. Chapter 32. It was Black Friday, and while most girls would be out trying to get the best deals in every store they could get to, Liberty, Liara, Rachel, and the Blake twins were sitting in Liberty's room, painting their nails and watching Warm Bodies. I still love that movie. I stand by that.
On brand.
Yeah.
Oh. Why can't I just find a boyfriend?
Rachel muttered, watching as R and Julie kissed. She threw a pillow at Liberty's ginormous flat screen TV, but all it did was hit the glassy screen and slide off of it, falling to the floor. She sighed and the other girls laughed.
Girl.
I'm alone at the moment, but I thought I heard something.
That's me.
Let me in.
I know, right?
You're kidding me right now, right? Liara asked. You've got to be kidding me right now.
Natalie, why are you two-handing it?
What you drinking?
This is my lifeblood. What do you drink? Oh.
Liberty is you.
I know. She never answered what's in the cup.
We were right about the fireball.
Is it just water, Mama?
Yes.
I figured.
I'm just thirsty.
What do you mean?
Liberty asked, though she knew exactly what they were talking about. All of the girls glared at her playfully.
Okay, sorry.
Adrian's totally head over heels for you.
Emma said.
Almost as in love as Mary is with Tobias now.
I'm gonna die reading this next line. It's true! Mary nodded. Her cheeks bright red. I'm smitten as a kitten. He bought me a rose yesterday and said I was more beautiful than the fairest rose in the garden of heaven.
Let's hear that southern ugh.
Ugh. You two make me want to vomit.
He's so sweet, Mary gushed. I couldn't believe he had chosen me out of all of the girls he's ever met in history and the future.
You two make me want to vomit. Let's go back to Adrian and Liberty. It's a thing, right?
No. I mean, I want it to be, but...
You like the son of your father's worst enemy.
Rachel stated.
Well, no one ever said you don't have courage.
I told him yesterday.
Liberty told
Is something funny?
Rachel.
Rachel.
I know. Right? Or is that me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
No.
That's gotta be a typo. Someone else has to be talking. The Liberty.
Oh,
why-
okay, that's what I was.
The
Yeah.
next one.
That's why I asked. It's supposed to be me.
I don't know who. Maybe I meant Liara because they both start with L, but it's gotta be someone other than Liberty.
No way.
Excuse me.
Liberty, Emma stated.
And he didn't
God.
So
blindly. And
they
he
put
didn't have
nothing but
a
air in this whiskey and coke. It's just bubbles of air.
No.
And he didn't have a cow.
No.
Reba?
A single mom who works 2 jobs.
I was like kids and never stopped.
He was actually fine with it. I think he's trying to build a stronger relationship with me. So it was fine. He was cool.
That's good.
Emma nodded, glancing at her sister, who was still smiling and clutching her heart.
He probably caught on to how distant you've been feeling.
Yeah.
Liberty trailed off.
Speaking of distance, we have extra room in our dorm if you'd like to put some distance between you and Evie.
You mean it? Mary asked, snapping out of her love trance. Like, really? Yeah, Liara nodded. We don't want you two to be stuck with her any longer than you have to. And besides, we definitely have room.
Really? Even if we were separated?
Emma asked.
Because I've been meaning to talk to Principal Light about that. It's not fair to keep both of us trapped in one body while we're on school grounds.
Rachel.
Huh? Oh.
Oh,
We'd definitely have room for both of you, whether you're apart or together.
Thank you, Mary shouted, hugging all of them in a massive group hug.
No problem.
Liberty said.
After all, friends have to stick together.
Wow.
Foreshadowing.
Oh. Bum bum bum.
Oh, dun dun dun. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna
I'm just
need
gonna
that.
be Rick Sanchez the entire time.
I'm gonna need the belch counter.
Literally. Chapter 33. As soon as Thanksgiving break had ended and the students went back to school, Liberty immediately stopped in the detention ward to get Adrian. His face lit up at the sight of her, and he walked to the bars, wrapping his hands around them. He tilted his head to the side with a smug grin.
Oh, you came back for me after all. What a surprise. Something funny?
Yeah, we deep in the smut with you and me as the leading roles.
What? Huh? No. Please. I'm not strong enough.
Oh, hush you.
Liberty laughed. She scanned her ID and the bars disappeared. Immediately their wrists linked. Principal Light walked through the door. Am I the principal?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
you.
That won't be necessary, she told them, smiling.
What do you mean?
Adrian looked up at her as she stepped out of the cell. The council has decided that you're responsible enough to be on your own, Principal Light told him. You don't need to be with Liberty all the time.
Oh. Okay.
Adrian nodded. And though he was happy he didn't need to be chained to her any longer, there was also a bit of sadness in his voice. Now that she wasn't stuck with him, there was no unspoken promise that she would ever talk to him again. For all he knew, this was their parting of ways, and the beginning of a very lonely age.
girl, that's Stockholm.
He just wants to stay a pet. He just wants to be a pet forever.
Life was simpler. Pets don't pay bills.
Honey bun.
Principal Light waved her hand, and the chain between their cuffs vanished. Liberty looked to Adrian with sad eyes. Without that chain, there was no reason for him to hang out with her and her friends. Without that chain, Adrian would drift to other groups, and before she knew it, he would be the ghost of friendships past.
You got a chest chuckle out of her.
That came deep. That came deep from within.
Thank you, Principal Light.
Liberty managed. She grabbed Adrian's wrist and led him out of the detention ward. They don't need the chain. Adrian looked to her, bewildered. I think it's still a Liberty line.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I just
He
didn't
just
know
doesn't
they
want to
could
read
do
it.
together. Yeah.
He never
Promise
wants to
me,
say these words to me.
promise me we're not going to drift apart.
She demanded. He smiled, slowly at first, but the smile spread to the rest of his face.
Adrian, I'm being serious. It's because it's Phil and I.
I think you picked the wrong people for these parts. Okay. I know. I just.
I'm about to tap Natalie back in as Liberty.
I just. Wow.
Adrian, please, promise.
He's gone.
Oh, God, I can't do this. Why?
His hand pressed into the chest over his heart. I don't know why it's worded like that. I think I just meant like the part of his chest. That's like I could have just said over his heart. I don't know.
Are you Sorry. Are you afraid of losing little old me? It's looking at Connor. That's
Adrian, shut up.
Liberty shoved him softly, her eyes beginning to water. Adrian's eyes widened, and he pulled her to his chest immediately, wrapping his arms around her. Because she was shorter than him, her head was resting on his chest. She nestled against him, wrapping her arms around his middle and pulling him closer.
All right, Phil, we getting method with it. Come here.
Yeah, we're gonna act this out. We gotta do this in person.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
He apologized quickly, still shocked that he had made a girl cry. Never, ever had he made a girl from school cry.
God, I'm so sorry.
I can't lose you.
Liberty murmurs.
I can't.
This is so Wattpad of me.
It's just the fact that we've gone through chapters and we went from like him being handcuffed to her and like her beating the shit out of him, and now we're here.
Yeah.
And it's just so. This is wild. Lib, do you really think I have any other friends to go to?
Adrian asked softly, trying to lighten her mood.
Of course I'm not leaving you.
He called her Lib.
Yeah,
That name.
I was
Oh,
gonna say.
great.
That's
God.
crazy.
You better not,
Liberty muttered. Adrian chuckled.
jerk.
Huh? I won't. I promise.
Wow, the chapters are
Jerk.
shorter.
Yeah, Adrian's actually holding back laughter in the scene.
He's like sitting there like twirling his hair.
Oh,
I won't leave you, I promise.
the chapters are getting like really short. You can tell I was kind of running out of ideas. Maybe that's kind of what I'm garnering from this.
True, the Infinity Gauntlet is still sitting in the school.
Yeah. Captain Justice should really like move that somewhere better, you know. But it's on
Nah.
brand. That just
It's good.
it's fine. Yeah, I seriously I don't know where we go from here. I don't remember anything. I don't remember the ending. kind of all I remembered from before was like Liberty and Adrian as characters, and I remembered that they were handcuffed together, and that was kind of it. That's all I had. So I don't know. I know how it ends. I'm excited to get to the spoilers. 'Cause I don't.
We got 20 more
I don't remember
chapters.
them. I know, yeah. Chapter 34. Soon December came, and with it, snow. And snow meant snow days. Even though all the students lived on campus, none of them were particularly motivated to participate in class when it was snowing outside. So the teachers and the education board decided to give them a few days off here and there. And so Liberty stood outside Adrian and Albert's dorm, knocking on the door. She was bundled up with a purple hat, gold scarf, striped gloves, and fluffy white earmuffs. Her heavy winter coat was on top, making her look delightfully wintry.
Good morning.
Adrian yawned, opening the door.
You look warm. What's going on? You have that I planned something, so now you have to participate look on your face.
We're going ice skating. Get dressed.
You can't do that.
Acting.
Oh my god.
You too, Albert. We'll meet you in the courtyard in 10 minutes.
Damn.
Ooh, I get 10 minutes this time.
Adrian waved his hands around, turning to get ready.
Shut up.
She smiled. He winked and closed the door. Liberty sighed happily and walked down the hall, down the staircase, and into the center of the snowy courtyard where the girls, Jake and Tobias, were already waiting. I think that's a sip for a Tobias appearance.
Yippee.
Are they coming?
Rachel asked, just itching to get out into the snow. The winter was her natural habitat, and more than anything, she loved ice skating. And though Mary and Tobias's relationship confused her, they were holding hands, so apparently they were together now. Well, both of them were aware of the fact. It was a lot to wrap her mind around, but she was starting to understand. I've never been ice skating before, Liara stated. She'd only arrived on Earth the year before, and they hadn't had time to go ice skating last winter. She was anxious to see what everyone was so excited about. Oh, it's a lot of fun, Jake said, smiling. Like, a lot of fun.
If you don't fall too much, that is.
Added Emma, who is currently and contentedly separated from Mary. They had talked to Principal Light, who agreed to let them separate on the condition that they never violated the rules that the others had to follow as far as using their powers and such on school grounds. Don't worry, Jake told the alien girl. I'll help you if you fall down. I might just take you up on that offer, Liara smiled back. Rachel elbowed Liberty and she smiled, taking in their little interaction. Could something be brewing between them that the others hadn't quite noticed yet? I really did say I have to pair up all of these bitches by the end of the book. There's no other explanation.
Albert's still alone.
Well, he got crushed on Rachel.
He's gonna
so
be
we'll see how
syndrome.
long- He's syndrome. Here they come, Mary said, pointing to the door of the dorm building. Out came Adrian and Albert, all bundled up in winter clothes.
You look warm.
Liberty teased. He rolled his eyes, chuckling, and walked over to stand next to her.
Come on, guys.
Albert led the others to the bus in the parking garage, and off they went, soaring through the sky, headed towards the ice rink. I was under the impression it was on campus.
I was gonna say, I thought they were already ice skating.
Yeah. Alright.
We're going on a trip in our favorite ride.
Chapter 35.
35.
35. They filed out of the bus and walked into the ice rink. Rachel sat down on the bench and began to lace up her skates as the others stood in line to claim theirs. While the others were still waiting, Rachel set out on the ice, not willing to wait any longer while the smooth, cold ice was calling to her, begging her to skate across it, carving a path across its untouched surface. She took long, confident strides, finding her footing with ease and gliding gracefully across the ice. Albert got his skates from the woman form. Got his skates form the woman.
Form.
Albert got his... Nope, I already read that. He watched Rachel silently, watching her gleeful trip across the ice. Adrian sat next to him a moment later.
He's amazing.
The braces lisp.
I thought I'd taken an extra step. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's amazing. It fits, right?
It's
like it
perfect.
fits.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
She is. So make your move. Go for it. Oh, it's also, I forgot I'm having a conversation with myself. And if I do, will you finally ask? Natalie. And, will you finally ask delivery out?
You can't do this to her. It's her kryptonite. You know this.
I totally forgot.
Go watch Josie and the Pussycats. Pull
Link
one out.
somewhere
Link
around
above.
here.
Yeah, it's up here. Link above. Yeah. Albert teased, smiling a little.
Probably not. No. I'd rather stay in the friend zone forever than risk losing her.
Godspeed.
The friend zone.
Nobody said no
All
one
y'all
ever.
been doing is snuggling and putting.
They're
Golly.
idiots, Connor. Give them some credit. Liberty came to sit with Adrian.
Risk losing who forever?
She asked innocently, not having heard the previous conversation.
My cat. I can't lose my cat.
Adrian lied. Liberty squinted at him skeptically, but nodded anyway. Liberty laced up her skates and stood up, offering her hands to Adrian. He put both of his hands in hers, and she pulled him up off of the bench.
That's what I was laughing at. I'm sorry.
You must really love your cat.
He commented.
I'm sorry. Wait a second, Liberty. I've only been skating like twice, and I fall a lot.
Damn, bro, skill issue.
Get
You pull your
good.
bootstraps up and get out on the ice. I can deal with that. Come on, you dork. Let's go.
You've been warned.
Adrian mumbled, shaking his head before stepping on the ice with her. Slowly they took strides forward. Every time he faltered, he squeezed her hand. She helped him stay upright and continued to pull him along with her, skating on the ice. Liberty looked over towards Rachel, who was now helping Albert struggle across the ice, and smiled, poking Adrian to get his attention.
Did he actually take my advice and ask her out?
Aw, Albert likes Rachel?
I didn't say that.
Of course you didn't.
Liberty winked. Adrian rolled his eyes. Liberty grabbed his other hand and began to lead him while skating backwards.
How can you even...
I've had a lot of practice. My dad used to take Steve and I here all the time when we were younger.
It's... I'm sorry, it was the way you delivered. I've had a lot of practice. Is Steve your brother?
He may as well be. He's my dad's sidekick. He's my dad's sidekick, and he's lived with us for as long as I can remember.
We're just name dropping all of my characters, I realized. Anyway, I don't have any siblings. A few cousins, but no siblings. Just like me for real.
Is it lonely?
I'm sorry. I don't know if you were trying to do the "you look lonely" meme.
No,
That's what it sounded like. Sometimes.
Adrian answered, remembering all of his days spent alone while his mother was working, struggling to make ends meet and pay the bills to keep their home heated and put food on the table.
But my mom tried to keep me involved.
Natalie, did you read ahead?
Yeah.
Oh, no!
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What is she like?
Liberty asked, genuinely interested in how mothers behaved. She wouldn't know. She had never known hers.
Golly.
He's about to get a crash course. She was actually pretty normal before she became all hell bent on vengeance. I think her sister's got in her head or something. But she and I ran a little bookshop in town, and she took me to school every morning and volunteered to make costumes for all of the school musicals and helped out in the community. But she always hated your dad. she made that pretty evident.
Yeah.
So what's your dad like when he's not out saving the world?
He's out doing that a lot, actually. He works as a lawyer most of the time, but every time that stupid red phone rings, he's gone for at least 3 hours. Like, I understand that he has to protect the citizens, but can't one of the other heroes do it? He seems like he's always out, and I only have one parent, so it's not like I could just stay with my mom. I mean, Steve is home sometimes, but...
Wait, what happened to your mom?
Uh-oh.
Read the room,
Adrian
brother.
asked.
I thought she was still around.
Oh no!
Buddy. Wait, this line. I'm sorry, this next line.
Died when I was born. Her human body couldn't handle giving birth to a superhuman child.
Liberty told him. She shrugged.
She shrugged.
My mom's dead.
Guess I'm not the perfect child with the perfect family you thought I was.
Guess not.
Adrian muttered.
Way to kill the vibe, girl. Damn.
Golly.
She needs a therapist so bad. Oh god, okay. Adrian muttered, in a single moment, Liberty skate. That would be a typo, lads.
Yippee.
And she slipped and fell backwards, resulting in Adrian landing on top of her. Yeah, okay. We knew this. Alright. He blushed bright red and scrambled to get off of her as fast as he could, but ended up falling on her again. Good job. Adrian.
And we all laughed.
Oh, you already said the line. Liberty laughed, melting into a giggling mess. Adrian started laughing too, scraping himself off of her and helping her to her feet.
Scraping himself off of her.
That's crazy.
How about we both just skate forwards? Is that okay with you?
He teased. She elbowed him in the gut playfully. She keeps hitting him.
Come on, dork. Come on, you dork.
Chapter 36.
Yeah.
After the heroes, in parentheses, and Adrian. We're done skating. They went back to Skyview and hunkered down into the girls' dorm. Rachel used their coffee machine to make some hot chocolate and other warm beverages for the others.
We are watching Frozen, and that's final.
Liberty shouted, much to the disgruntlement of Adrian and the other guys.
I've avoided watching it since the day it came out. There's no way I'm letting you ruin that streak now, princess!
Princess!
All in favor of Frozen?
Liberty called. She, Rachel, Liara, and Mary raised their hands. After giving him a menacing glare, Mary convinced Tobias to put his hand up too. Liberty looked around, counting the hands.
5-4. Majority rules.
Ugh, not fair. Oh, so fair!
Rachel said.
Turn it on, Lib!
On it.
She called, walking to the Blu-ray, putting in the disc, and pressing play. Liberty walked over and sat down next to Adrian with a triumphant smile on her face.
Happy?
Adrian smirked and raised an eyebrow.
Forgive me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Very.
Hello.
my god, they really do watch the movie in this chapter.
Very.
She agreed. Adrian rolled his eyes again. Though he wouldn't admit it to any living person, Adrian was actually enjoying himself. When Anna and Hans started singing about love, he wrapped an arm around Liberty. She didn't fight it. Instead, she snuggled into him, resting her head on his shoulder and pulling a blanket around them.
Oh yeah, the friend zone. The friend
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
just
This is how the friend zone works.
Oh
All my friends are fake as hell.
I must be in the wrong zone. Where is this located?
my god. Later on, when Hans betrayed Anna, Adrian gasped.
Oh, that bitch. How could he? He said he loved her.
Gosh. I bet you said you would hate this movie.
Shut up.
He muttered, pulling her closer. When the movie finally ended, Adrian got up to walk back to his dorm.
I'll go with you.
Liberty offered, standing up. Adrian gave
Please
her...
don't.
That's okay. Stay
I'm
here.
okay, actually. Yeah.
Adrian gave her a skeptical look, but decided to go with it anyway. They walked down the hall, up the stairs, and down another hall.
You didn't have to come, you know. She didn't have to what?
Adrian pointed out.
I'm a big boy. I can handle myself. It's coffee season. What's me needed?
I know.
Liberty nodded, biting her lip.
The lip bite. I wanted to come.
I am coming.
You did that on purpose. You wrote it like that on purpose. you bastard.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I wanted to come.
Don't repeat it.
I wanted to come. Make sure you didn't get any trouble.
Did you have to say it 3 times?
I couldn't get the rest of the line out.
Oh, yeah. Because there's so much trouble in the hallways.
Adrian shook his hands with wide eyes mimicking her. I don't know. Shook his hands.
Like- Because there's so much trouble in the hallways. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you could find some havoc to cause.
Yeah.
Adrian trailed off. He didn't want the conversation to end, but he didn't know where to lead it either.
Ooh.
Oh,
Listen.
shit. Oh, God. Oh! Liberty said, grabbing his attention.
For winter break, you know, for Christmas, do you maybe want to come stay with me and my dad? I mean, not to push you, but I think it beats sitting alone in a cell.
That would be way better than sitting alone in a cell. But I don't think Principal Light would ever let me set foot off campus.
Why would he go in the cell if he's trusted enough to not be
Right,
handcuffed?
Yeah.
I can write to my dad for a letter of recommendation. I kind of have him wrapped around my finger right now, so...
What a way to talk about your dad.
Digging the tip of her shoe into the floor. Her hands were behind her back and she looked up at him innocently.
You're so short.
Adrian smirked, chuckling softly.
Shut up.
Liberty poked him in the chest.
But really, are you up for it?
I'm up for it if you can get it approved.
Good. 2 weeks and counting until winter break. I can't wait.
Neither can I.
He paused.
Well, good night then.
Night.
Liberty started to walk away, but turned around and ran to Adrian, embracing him. He closed his eyes and held her in his arms, enjoying the moment while it lasted. In a few moments, she was gone. Adrian retreated into his dorm. Soon enough, Albert came through the door, a great big red lipstick print on his cheek.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was reeling from that. You will never believe what just happened to me.
Albert stumbled through the door and flopped onto his bed. His eyes were wide, and his glasses were fogged up.
What the is going on? Dude.
Adrian raised an eyebrow.
Rachel. Uh-huh. And she kissed you. Uh-huh. And you're no longer a functioning human being.
Adrian stated. Albert nodded silently.
It's those girls, man. They're magical. You don't even see it coming, and then bam!
Whoa.
Whoa! They trap you like a mythical siren or some shit. All I can think about is her. Damn. All I want to do is be with her.
Albert sat up, still looking as bewildered as a deer in headlights.
It's too late for me, bro. Go on without me. Get some sleep.
Adrian threw a pillow at him, retreating under the covers of his own bed.
Dork? I couldn't tell which character I was supposed to be. I'm sorry.
Albert didn't even fight it. He just went along with it. After a long silence, Adrian shook his head and flocked off the lights.
Flock off the lights. No, that's totally a thing. I flock off my lights all the time. Wow. Good night, Albert. Oh, shit. Good. So gone.
Oh my
Great night.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. This is rapidly turning into like a CW teenage drama. Like...
When are they gonna blow shit up?
Yeah, literally.
It was supposed to go one of two ways, Morgan. Either action or smut.
Well, I didn't write any smut until I was 22. So probably not the second of those things.
Is it recording, Morgan? Oh, God.
I hope
I
so.
hope it's recording.
Uh-oh.
Adrian
really
and
hope so.
Rachel got down and dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Not
They was
Adrian and
fucking-
Rachel. Albert and Rachel.
Oh.
No, all of them. All four. Everyone was there, really.
Orgy?
Yeah. In the dorms. Like, that shit was crazy.
Morgan.
And they said, you know what? We could get away with this in Adrian's cell. Let's all go in there. And then they just went in there and everybody started. It was crazy. Like,
It's just slapping noises in an empty room.
They watched Frozen.
and then they went back. Like, she walked him back. And what happened again?
She invited him to come spend winter break at her place.
Oh, yeah.
Aww.
And then Adrian went back inside, and Albert had a whole monologue about how he was in love with Rachel, and
he had a lipstick.
yeah.
Oh, Albert getting it, bro.
Big
Albert and Rachel be smacking.
And that's what you missed on
Morgan, look behind you. We're in the room with you.
Him? I put Namjoon up for shits and giggles. I thought it would be funny. The rest are all Monster Idols, and this one is RM from BTS.
Oh my, I thought that was the snake guy from Monster High.
Chapter 37.
Nice.
It was with a fair amount of giddiness that Liberty logged onto her email the next day. The night before, she had written to her father to ask for a recommendation letter for Adrian to go home with them for winter break. Did the boys tell you about that?
Yes.
Okay. And he had replied after all. She clicked on the reply email and read it. Liberty. I think having Adrian visit with us during the holidays would be a great thing. We can show him how a super family celebrates Christmas, which begs the question, is he Jewish? If he is, I can go get a menorah so we can make sure he feels included. I agree that Adrian coming to stay with us is much better than leaving him to sit alone in a detention cell for 2 weeks. In other news, the mighty Frogman has been vanquished once again by yours truly. That's Natalie.
Leave him alone!
I couldn't have done it without Steve, of course, but fighting all of these villains with him sure makes me excited for the day you join us. We'll be the best super trio the free world has ever known. After all, you're named Liberty for a reason. Ooh, that's political. It's almost time to show the world what you're capable of. Love and well wishes, Dad. As an attachment to the email was a letter of recommendation. Mrs. Light. Why did I put this whole thing in here? I had to reach the word count, I think, is what was going on. Mrs. Light. He's literally writing this letter to his girlfriend. I forgot they were having an affair.
An affair?
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, like a romantic affair. Like, they're not married, but, you know, it's like...
Affair doesn't always mean
Connor
cheating.
said affair.
I was gonna say, ain't both their partners dead?
Oh my God.
How are they
like
cheating?
Marnie and Mayor Lewis in Stardew Valley. It's just kind of on the side. I, Captain Justice, leader of the League of Heroes, personally approve of Adrian Fate, the son of Mistress Fate, coming to stay in my house over Christmas break. If he so chooses, I am ready for the responsibility of caring for him over the break of school. I do not see it fit that he should be forced to 2 weeks of solitude. I think that's okay. And instead propose that he should come stay with me, my daughter, and Steve. It is not a hassle.
And Steve.
And Steve. It is not at all a hassle to me or a problem for my family to host him for the holidays. If you approve, I will personally come to pick up both him and my daughter, Liberty Justice, on the last Friday before break. I'm really drunk. I'm having problems right now.
Same, bestie.
Thank you for your time and consideration. Captain Grant Justice, leader of the League of Heroes.
What's up, Liberty?
Asked Rachel, yawning. She leaned on her friend's shoulder and started to read the email attachment.
Oh, dude.
You asked? Liara perked up on the other side of the room, springing out of her bed.
What are you three going on about?
Asked Emma, climbing down the ladder of she? I think it should be her. Her and Mary's.
She and Mary. I don't know. I think she and Mary kind of works, but we can still drink for
It'd
it.
be her, because
wouldn't
wouldn't it?
Here,
Because
I think
it'd
so,
have
yeah.
to be her newly back, you know. Versus
Yeah,
you
except
can't
for
say
Captain
she
Marvel.
newly dead. Yeah.
The old man didn't let you down after all.
I'll admit, I'm still shocked, but I'm pleasantly surprised that he pulled through at all, let alone this soon. I emailed him last night, and already he responded. Remarkable.
You should tell Adrian, Mary said, smiling.
You should approach Principal Light first.
Right. I'll go there as soon as I'm dressed. And then she does the Wonder Woman spin.
Wonder Woman!
She does the sim jump in a 360 circle and is just changed.
Listen.
She clicked print and walked off towards the bathroom. Moving as quickly as she could, she changed into a bright yellow t-shirt, a pair of high-waisted navy blue jeggings, and threw her golden hair into a quick ponytail. Liberty applied her makeup at the speed of light and then rushed back into the dorm, grabbed her recommendation letter from the printer, and pulled on her boots before rushing out the door. They have a coffee machine and a printer in this apartment. They're set up. They're
Nepo babies are crazy,
literally-
dude.
like, these are not college girls. These are high school girls. It took her a few seconds to realize she had forgotten her coat. She walked back into the dorm, slipped on her winter coat, and rushed down the hall again, making a mad dash down the stairs and across the courtyard. In a few minutes, she approached Principal Light's office. She knocked on her door. "Come in," she heard the principal call. She turned the brass knob and walked inside. Politely and gracefully, Liberty walked to the large desk in the center of the room, and she set the letter in front of her. Principal Light took it and examined it quickly. "You want to bring Adrian home for Christmas?" she asked. Liberty nodded.
I think my father put it best. No one deserves to spend Christmas alone. Adrian is no exception. Whether he's the son of a villain or not, he's still a person, and I care about him.
Liberty stated proudly. She didn't show any signs of retreat. "Well, if your father is okay with it, and Steven Stars is okay with it, and you're okay with it, I see no reason as to why I wouldn't be okay with it." Principal Light smiled pleasantly, folding her hands on the great wooden desk. "But he is to be under strict vigil at all times. I expect that he won't leave your side."
He won't. That's a promise.
Liberty held up her hand, as if swearing it in front of a court. "Good," she nodded. "Well, I suppose you better go tell him then."
Thank you, ma'am.
Liberty curtsied and walked out of the room calmly. As soon as she was out of the door and out of the principal's line of sight, she did a victory dance, celebrating. She then remembered that she still had to go talk to Adrian. She rushed down the hall, back across the courtyard, up 5 flights of stairs to Adrian and Albert's dorm.
She runs just like that.
The cardio on this bitch. Oh.
Adrian!
She shouted while knocking on the door rapidly. In a few seconds, the door swung open, revealing a fully dressed Adrian. She rushed into his arms, taking him by surprise, to say the least.
Whoa, Liberty. Is everything okay?
Adrian asked with concern. He used one of his large, rough hands to steer her face towards him. She smiled widely, looking up at him.
Adrian, are you Jewish?
She could have asked worse than that. Adrian, are you a Jew?
Golly.
What?
My dad needs to know. So, huh? My dad needs to know, so he knows whether he has to get a menorah or not.
Huh? Why on earth would... Why?
Because you're spending winter break with us.
She shouted excitedly, jumping up and down. He laughed and smiled and ran his hand through his hair, shocked that the request had actually gone through. He was positive Principal Light would shoot him down.
You're kidding.
Adrian stated, gripping his shoulders.
No
It's
way.
the one meme where he's like digging his nails into the person's shoulders and drawing blood.
Oh my God.
You're kidding! No way!
Yes way.
Liberty nodded.
You have no idea how much this means to me.
Trust me, I think I have an idea.
Huh?
What do you mean by
Ma'am?
I think I have some idea.
oh my god?
Bum, bum, Peter.
Bum, bum, bum.
Do we need to
Oh.
loan Natalie a character?
Yeah.
Natalie, do you
probably.
want to narrate?
Oh.
Huh?
Narrate for us, Queen. Let's
You
hear
give
that
me
beautiful
the
voice.
longest chapter to narrate.
Is it?
This bitch is like 6 pages.
Oh my God.
You'll be fine.
3, 4, 5,
It's so
6,
much more than
7.
6.
6.5. It's fine. 38.
Yeah.
Lovely. Liberty, Adrian, and the others spent the following weeks in anxious anticipation, more than ready for the holiday break to come upon them. Each weekend brought winter fun, sledding, and building snowmen, and hunkering down to watch holiday specials. And as much as they And as much as they each wanted to, neither Adrian nor Liberty made a move toward each other, aside from the occasional hug or shoulder embrace. During those weeks, Rachel had started seeing Albert officially, and they had gone out a few times, going on romantic walks through the frosty winter, or visiting toy stores, which were always abuzz this time of year. Go Albert now. And despite endless teasing and urging, Liberty refused to ask Adrian out. She felt it should be his decision to ask her out, and she didn't want to impose it upon him, although she was a headstrong girl. She wasn't truly sure he liked her, and he wouldn't dare make a move that could shatter their friendship. In other words, Adrian was knee-deep in the friend zone.
Be so serious. I don't know what kind of friends y'all got.
Again, where is this zone and how do I locate it?
Y'all got a map to that, or
Can I find it on Google? Is there like GPS or...
Adrian, on the other hand, was in another pickle. Every waking moment, he cursed the stupid cuff on his wrist that kept him from using his mental abilities. If only he could read Liberty's mind. He would know everything. Nothing would be a mystery anymore, and maybe he could finally work up the courage to ask her out.
Oh my god.
Hey, yo.
I forgot we
Ladies
had
and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a red flag here.
Thank God for that cuff. My God.
They sat silently on the bench in the courtyard. There was about a foot of space between them, and an awkward lack of speech hung in the air. Their breath clouded in front of them in cold wisps of fog, their noses and cheeks a rosy red from the frigid winter air. All around them, snow was drifting down in white flurries, packing into the existing snowbanks that littered the courtyard. It piled on the branches of trees, weighing them down, and it covered the sidewalks, topping the slick ice with a carpet of fresh white snow. This visual, mama. God damn. You popped off. Liberty glanced up at the gray, cloudy sky. She watched intently for a flash of purple and gold. She waited, pleading wordlessly for her father to arrive to take them away from this icy prison of a school. All of the others had already been picked up and taken home for break, but she and Adrian were still there, waiting as usual. No doubt her father had been delayed by some sort of city-threatening monster or villain of some kind. He was always late, or it at least seemed like that. But this time, he was half an hour late. Sure, he had been later on occasion, but he usually tried to be there precisely when he promised. Parenting is no easy feat for someone who saves the world on a daily basis.
Oh, I check the news.
Adrian said, clicking his phone off and shoving it into the pocket of his black winter coat.
Minor alien invasion? We should go inside. He could be a while. He says it like it's like snow, like hail. Like it's just like, oh, it's raining outside. Minor alien invasion. Like what?
He'll come.
I am coming.
And Liberty insisted, still staring up into the clouds.
He always does.
It's Connor staring directly into the camera for me.
I refuse to look at him.
Oh my god.
I refuse.
It's Connor.
Let them come.
No.
Lib.
Adrian pressed his lips together. Damn. Adrian pressed his lips together and looked at her with weary green eyes.
I know he'll come. But it's freezing out here. We should go inside, at least for a little while. Warm our gloves, get some cocoa.
Liberty was silent for a long time before she finally answered.
Okay.
She replied, standing up from the bench. Adrian got up and followed her into the front doors of the main building. On one end of the school was the auditorium and the art and music wing. The hall turned the corner and met the main hallway, which housed the main office, the the library, the counseling department, and the Hall of Heroes, an interactive museum of all of the heroes that ever graduated from Skyview, even before it was exclusively for superheroes. On the other end of the school was the cafeteria, the gymnasiums, and the swimming center. Liberty walked down to the left towards the cafeteria. She walked in through the main door and walked over to the hot beverage station. During the majority of the school year, the hot beverage station was devoted to coffee and tea, but during the winter months, it was the hub for kids who had a hankering for hot cocoa. As soon as December hit, the lunch staff busted out the candy canes and peppermint creamer. Liberty picked up the pot of steaming hot water and poured herself and Adrian a mug. She opened 2 packets of chocolate powder and dumped them into each of the mugs before adding an unhealthy amount of chocolate sauce. She plucked 2 candy canes out of a cup on the table and stuck each one into each mug, stirring it all together. She stared at them for a second before adding an extra squirt of chocolate to each.
Girl's got a sugar problem.
Yeah, damn. Adrian took his with both hands and then led her over to the table that they usually sat at for lunch. The cafeteria was so different. It was empty, aside from a single janitor mopping the floor in slow circles. Liberty blew on her drink before taking a sip, and she smiled. Oh. Oh God.
He died.
Thought you might like it.
He said, taking a sip from his own mug. He smiled.
This is really good, Liberty. You sure do like your chocolate, though. Oh.
Whoa.
Who doesn't?
Whoa.
Liberty shrugged. Her face lit up with a sudden idea.
This is about to turn into a whole nother video. What?
Adrian asked, all too knowingly. He had known Liberty long enough to recognize when she had that look. It was almost never a good thing, and most often he got dragged into doing something he'd never imagined he'd be doing. In all his years, he had never met someone so determined and so quirky and full of ideas that no one else had thought of.
Quirky.
What do you mean?
She asked innocently, shrugging and taking another sip of her cocoa. Adrian rolled his eyes.
You have that look on your face.
He pointed out, smiling.
Go on. Go on. What's your grand plan, Miss Justice? Is that a pet name? I don't know.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a drink because I almost drowned for the bit. Tell me, Mr. Fate, have you ever made a snowman?
Oh no.
Liberty
Do you wanna
asked.
build a snowman?
Oh, they did just watch. Yeah, okay, that makes
Oh, never mind.
Jennifer Coolidge?
Liberty asked, raising an eyebrow.
I mean, my dad's probably gonna be super late, so it's not like we're short on time.
Please don't sing what I think you're going to sing.
Adrian pleaded, squinting an eye and raising his hands closer and closer to his ears. Liberty knocked on the table 5 times.
You're not gonna hear nice question.
Duh, 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 duh.
What?
Oh,
Completely mute.
No! It was so good!
Was it? Is that what we're telling ourselves?
Adrian, I can't do it.
Yes, you
You
can.
do it.
Yes,
Come
you
on.
can. We're not moving past it until you do it.
I already put my whole oomph
I don't
into
care.
it. and
Put it in there
nobody
again.
heard it. Adrian, I can't sing it. Do you
It's
want to
killing
build a
him.
snowman?
Thank you.
Please stop.
Adrian muttered, sighing. This poor kid.
She's so quirky. Oh my god.
She led him towards the door and out into the snow.
So how have you ever gone so many years without ever once building a snowman?
It's just not my idea of fun.
He shrugged, leaning against a tree. Liberty bent over and scooped up a handful of snow, condensing it into a small ball.
Oh, good. Packing snow.
She commented, kneeling down. She added some more snow to the tiny ball before she began to roll it around in the white, wintry mass.
Whoa.
It's knowing that Morgan had no idea she was writing with that line. What on earth are you doing, Liberty?
He asked, watching her curiously.
I changed my mind. You were raised under a rock.
Liberty joked, smiling and continuing to roll the ball. She kept pushing it around as it grew until it was a large ball, the size of a laundry basket. He nodded it. What the
What?
He nodded, impressed. He started to make another ball, slightly smaller than the first, and then pushed it over to Liberty. She lifted it on top of the other ball with ease, not even struggling to pick it up.
You're stronger than I expected.
Liberty noted. Oh, Adrian noted. Liberty shrugged.
Perks of being Captain Justice's daughter, I suppose.
So you're strong.
Yeah. I punched you in the face, didn't I?
Liberty asked, trying to remember.
Oh, or did I kick your ass the old-fashioned way?
I love the dichotomy of Liberty as quirky, like, Adrian, do you want to build a snowman? To like, I kicked your ass. I beat the shit out of you.
Liberty's a bra girl.
The duality of women.
Okay, hold on a second, princess. Princess. First of all, you didn't kick my ass. Second, you had a stun gun. I think that's a bit of an advantage over an unarmed teenage boy.
If by unarmed you mean superpowered,
Liberty held her hands up.
admit it, Fate. I kicked your ass.
In your dreams, Justice.
He smirked, taking a step towards her, crossing his arms.
What we need... Oh my god, are they gonna beat the shit out of each other? What we need is a fair rematch.
They won't let you take your cuff off.
Liberty pointed out. Besides,
would you want to admit to everyone that you got beat by me twice? I think they're doing you a favor.
Jeez, girl. You have an ego the size of Texas.
Texas is real.
Texas exists in this universe?
I guess. I don't know where they are. To be honest. I don't.
I'd like to see you put your money where your mouth is.
Ooh. Word. Come on.
Liberty motioned to their half-finished snowman.
Let's finish Frosty here, and then maybe we will continue our friendly trash talk.
Okay.
Adrian nodded. He scooped another handful of snow and crushed it into a ball. A smile stretched slowly across his face. Instead of making it in the head of their snowman, Adrian wound up and threw it at Liberty.
Oh my god.
It nailed her in the center of the chest and exploded, sending flurries of snow every which way. She shook her head.
Adrian Fate, you have another thing coming.
Oh
She
God,
muttered,
she's
bending
gonna kill him.
bending down and making a snowball of her own. She whipped it at him and it slammed into his stomach. He doubled over.
Damn,
It just put a hole right through him.
damn.
He shouted, clutching the spot he got hit in. He coughed and sputtered. Liberty laughed at him.
You got an arm.
Don't start a fit.
Oh my god.
Don't start a fight. You're not equipped to win.
She smiled cattily at him, batting her eyelashes and swinging her body innocently.
Whoa, girl.
Woof. He smiled, rubbing the back of his neck. He took a breath, a wave of anxiety hitting him. He was gonna do it. He was gonna ask her out right here, right now, before he changed his mind.
Oh man, this is
Oh.
the best chapter for Natalie to be the narrator.
So, hey, get back here.
He started rubbing his hands together.
I've been meaning to ask you for a long time now, actually.
Yeah.
Liberty asked expectantly. She looked up at him, biting her lip, and waiting to see what he had to say. Though she had a fair idea of where this conversation was headed, she still wanted to hear him say it. It was at this very moment that Captain Justice swooped down out of the sky and landed in front of Adrian and Liberty. Just as soon as the courage had swelled inside Adrian, it deflated like a popped balloon, shattering his desire to finally ask her out.
Yeah, I thought so.
Mine would too if Homelander landed right in front of me as I was about to put down my Riz.
Oh
Thank
my
you, Captain Cockblock. Saved me for another chapter.